Hello, my dear friends. As you can see, I have a sore under my lip. I wish I could say it's a long story and then, well, in Israel, I'm in Israel now, I decided to go mountain climbing and this happened, that happened. But it's really a short story. I was walking in Yerushalayim at night. It was dark. The sidewalk was not smooth. My foot got caught and I tripped and it fell on my face. Baruch Hashem, I didn't break my nose or my head, chas v'shalom, or anything. I got a sore. So the sore will go away. It'll heal on its own. If you have a chance to go on a mission, seize the opportunity. This was one of the most amazing experiences that I had in my life. Besides the fact that it's important to go on the mission to show solidarity, and it's important to go on the mission in order to give chizuk to our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel. And aside from the fact that it's important to go on a mission, so we should be able to feel the pain, we should be able to have a profound understanding of the pain that they're experiencing. Because when you see it firsthand, we didn't see everything, obviously, but you get a sense of what's happening much more than reading about it in a newspaper. But beyond that, you should go on the mission because it's a life-changing event. It was so inspiring to myself and to the members of the group. You would think that a mission like this is the opposite of inspiring because there's so much tragedy wherever you turn. All the places that we went to are all connected to tragedy. We went to the rainforest where the Nova Festival took place, and they planted trees with the names of all the people that all the people that were murdered. We went to Kikar Hachatufim in Tel Aviv, which is outside the Israeli Art Museum, and it has the names of all the hostages, and there's family members there telling the stories about their close relatives. We went to Magen David Edom, and we listened to a story about one of the stories about a 6-year-old boy who told the dispatcher that his father was just shot and his mother was just shot. They were both murdered, and now he's hiding with his sister in the house, and he wants to know what he should do. There's Arab terrorists all surrounding their house. We went to Har Herzl, and the graves are still fresh, mamish fresh. And you look at the name, and you look at the dates. The dates are from 2 days ago, and from 2 weeks ago, and from a month ago. And we listen to the stories told by their close relatives of their fallen sons and their fallen relatives. So it's heart-rending. And we went to the hospital. We went to Shura, where it's a rehab center in Tel Shomer, and you see the soldiers, how they're wounded, and the broken limbs and the scars. So there's so much to be depressed about, but the fact is that you come away inspired and you come away optimistic. And why is that? Because the people in the state of Israel, in spite of all the trauma that they're experiencing, the people in the state of Israel are spiritual giants now. They have risen to the occasion. It is unbelievable to behold. There's so much positive energy, and there's so much determination, and there's so much emunah and religious inspiration. We heard our tour guide was Rabbi Yossi Golden. He said over a beautiful thought from his Rebbe. His Rebbe's Rabbi Lior, I think his name was. He said that in Al Nisim that we recite on Chanukah and Purim, we thank Hashem Al Nisim Al Guras Al Truson, Al Milchamos, we thank Hashem for the battles. So he said, what are we thanking for battles? We thank for the miracles, I understand, and all those in the salvation, but why are we thanking for a battle? So Rabbi Lior said because a battle sometimes could bring out the best in a person. A battle could bring out the worst in a person. But the Hamas, they're in battle. The most base and inhumane elements in a human being. I mean, we can't even call them human beings. Is being exposed. But a milchama for Klal Yisrael brings out the best in Klal Yisrael. The Mesiras Nefesh, the willingness to do whatever it takes putting their lives in danger and not thinking for a moment about themselves. So many stories over and over again. All the stories had the same theme about how he didn't have to go, she didn't have to go, they didn't have to be there. They wanted to be there. They ran to have the opportunity to participate. And the family, even while the families were telling us the pain and the tragedy and the suffering, but they were saying it with a sense of pride and with tremendous emunah, and the neshama of Klal Yisrael is being exposed, and that's what milchamos. We thank Hashem for milchamos because sometimes it takes the milchama to show the pearl, the gem, the greatness of the Jewish soul. There's a new Klal Yisrael today. There's a new the citizens of Israel. They're not the same as they were before October 7th. I think Klal Yisrael is on a new madrega. I don't know if they've been on this type of madrega. It's certainly not as a cohesive group, and it's everybody together. They're all flying high. We went to a barbecue with Rabbi Ramon, and we were dancing with the soldiers. There were soldiers with long payas, and there were soldiers with beards, and there were soldiers with shaven heads, and there were soldiers with tattoos all over their body, and there were soldiers with nose rings, with yarmulkes, without yarmulkes. But we were all dancing together, and they were dancing with Hislavos and Am Yisrael Chai and other beautiful Nagunim. And you couldn't tell the difference between the one person and the other, the Chassid and the Jew that until now had no religious background. You couldn't tell the difference. Because the neshama of Klal Yisrael is being exposed. You know, they always talk about the Pintel Yid. That inside every Jew, there's always a point where if you're able to expose it properly, you see the inner greatness of the Jew. I think that there's not only a Pintel Yid of a Jew, there's a Pintel of Klal Yisrael. There's kochos, there's energy, there's qualities that need to be exposed, and when they are, it's magnificent to behold. It's breathtaking to see how the Jewish people have risen to the occasion, even with all the suffering that they are enduring. And I think the reason why that is so, how is it possible that a mother or a father could talk about a week after the levaya of their child, and they stand in front of their grave, which is still wet and still moist? How can they talk about it and tell you all the details and tell you how their son growing up, and he was a difficult child, and he was unsettled, and he didn't know where he was going in life, but he kept on pursuing things, and the whole story of the child's upbringing, and how he wanted to go into the tzava. How do they tell it that way? The answer is because there's a sense of mission that everybody has. And when you're on a mission, the mission carries you. And that's what we're witnessing. The Jewish people have a mission. To some extent, the Jews in Chutz La'aretz are part of that mission. But you have to go to Eretz Yisrael to see the mission unfolding. And when you have a mission, it lifts you up. And it's a tremendous lesson, not only to understand why the Jews of Israel are able to endure what they are, but it's a tremendous lesson that each one of us, we all have a mission. And if our mitzvah, we all know that there are times when we do mitzvahs and they're lackluster, and it's like there's no feeling, and we can't wait to finish the davening or whatever. That's because we don't have a sense of mission. And we have to feel the excitement. We have to feel the importance. We have to feel the exhilaration. And that's what I learned from this trip in Eretz Yisrael. If you're on a mission, then you feel the excitement. And that's what it's just. The Jewish people today it's a new Jewish people. It's not the same. The Jewish people before October 7th and the Jewish people after October 7th, it's not the same. It's a whole new ballgame. It's a whole new story. It's a new Klal Yisrael. I mean, of course, all this was there, was latent in potential until now, but now it's emerged, and it's like a pearl that comes out of the shell and is exposed, and now you see the beautiful, magnificent pearl. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing the Pintel Yid of not of one person, but we're seeing the Pintel Yid of all of Klal Yisrael, and they're on a mission together. And Mirz Hashem, the Rebbeinu Shalom, should give tremendous siyata d'shmaya to the Tzahal, and the Shvuyim should be released immediately, every single one of them, and the suffering of we listened to Rabbi Parashas speak about his son who was a hostage. That is, it's just beyond words. The pain of having a child who's a hostage, and all the anti-Semitism around the world should disappear, and the Jewish people should be able to live in a state of peace and harmony, and the greatness that we are witnessing now of Klal Yisrael should continue even after the Milchama is over. The greatness should continue, and we should be inspired by their example. And in Mirz Hashem, we should be able to celebrate the salvation of the Jewish people through the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.